At least 15 people, including a 10-year-old girl, have been killed in a mass shooting at Bondi Beach in Australia's New South Wales. Victims range in age from 10 to 87, the youngest being a 10-year-old girl. The attack unfolded on Sunday during a public event marking the start of Hanukkah. Police say that they are treating the shooting as a terrorist incident. Authorities confirm the two gunmen were father and son. The 50-year-old suspect was found dead at the scene, that's the father, while his 24-year-old son is in the hospital. He's being guarded there by the police officials as he is in the hospital in a critical condition. The son is an Australian-born citizen, while the father arrived in 1998 on a student visa to Australia, which was transferred to in 2001 to a partner visa and later resident return visas. Let's tell you more about what we know about the Bondi massacre. It was perhaps taken out by the father-son duo, and they have been identified as the suspects here in this case. Father-son duo identified as suspects in the Bondi massacre. Next up, the son, 24-year-old Naveed Akram, is alive. He is in a critical condition there at the hospital, while his father, 50-year-old Sajid Akram, was killed at the scene by the Australian police officials. Apart from this, there's a probe investigation going on in Australia on how the pair, the father-son duo, obtained high-powered weapons despite Australia having one of the most strictest gun laws in the world. Now, apart from the weapons, IEDs were also found in shooter's vehicle. After this heinous incident, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese convened a national cabinet over gun laws, saying that the gun laws in Australia will be changed after the Bondi massacre. That brings us to a second segment. Let's tell you more about Australia's gun laws. Like I mentioned, Australia has one of the strictest firearm regulations in the world. It's more harsher, more stricter than the United States of America as well. This was after the National Firearms Agreement was put in place, which prohibits possession of rifles, ammunition, and other kind of weapons as well. The gun ownership is tightly regulated in Australia. There are some norms, some provisions which Australians need to follow to own a weapon, which is A, they need to be an adult. Number two, provide genuine reason to own a gun. And also they need to lodge a permit for each firearm after they gain the license to own a firearm. And lastly, they need to buy any kind of gun from a licensed firearm dealer. And well, to talk more on the Bondi massacre, why it happened, what are the next steps being taken by the Australian officials, here's a report from Sydney. Take a look.
Well, I think it's rising here in Sydney and across Australia. Calls for Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister, to do more, and a lot of criticism about what he hasn't done leading up to this. This was not an attack in isolation. There is precedent. There has been a rising wave of anti-Semitism recorded in Australia. You see here in Sydney and in Melbourne, which are home to the largest communities of Jewish people, there have been attacks on synagogues and on businesses. And we've heard today from Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, saying he believes the Australian leadership should have done more to protect the Jewish people. And I think that sentiment is one that we are certainly hearing more, and I think it's something that the Prime Minister will become under increasing political pressure for. Now, he's made clear there is a unanimous decision in Cabinet today to have tougher gun restrictions, but it's this feeling really about attitudes and safety that is part of the broader conversation, not about guns, but about people's right to feel safe here.